Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Impromptu Speaking session number 258. Thank you so much for joining in today. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be speaking for at least 1 minute and the maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This session is being recorded and will be uploaded on social media. If you'd like to see how did you manage your version, please click the link which is going to be shared in the WhatsApp group and watch at least your version. So at least you can watch yourself. You can see how good you look when you speak and how you can improve in next session. Today, our topics master, our host is our very own youngster, all the way from Pakistan, Toastmaster Navi. He will be challenging us with his challenging topics. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how we learn with challenging topics. This is impromptu session. Nobody is prepared. Even nobody knows what they are going to speak, and nobody knows what topic is going to come in front of them. This is how our life is. Actually, we are practicing life in approximately 1 to 2 minutes. Will not take much of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, today word of the day is I'm going to share the screen for a while, just for you to have a look. SQ, not in a straight or level position. So these are the synonyms: crooked, lopsided, tilted, angled, oblique, skewed, slanted, aslant, auric. So these are the synonyms. So it means not in a straight or level position. All right, you can manage the way you want. I don't know actually, but our expert, the Dr. Farida, always used to manage it. We need to learn, observe her while she speaks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome with thundering round of applause our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Navi, our host of the meeting, our topics master of the meeting. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. TM Amjad. Good evening to all of you. Hope you all are fine. I am very humbled to be table topic master for today, and I have collected very personal topics for me. I want to give you in order to give me your response from your life. Actually, these were the topics or questions that I would ask from my mentor, as you are my mentor as well. So I would like to know from you, and hope we will learn together. So first of all, I will call upon TM Farida ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So your topic is, what best advices will you give to the person who has fears? I'm putting in the chat as well. What best advices will you give to the person who has fears, like me? Over to you, ma'am.
A very good evening to my global impromptu family members. The topic that has been given to me is something which is extremely close to my heart. What best advices will you give to a person who has fears? Having mentored 4 children, 2 son-in-laws, and 2 grandchildren in progress, I can tell you this. I have helped a lot of people overcome a lot of fears. Now, coming to fears, there are 2 types of fears: rational fears and irrational fears. Rational fears are maybe fear of heights, fear of jumping off a cliff if you don't know how to swim, and somebody tells you, just go scuba diving. It is a rational fear, right? If you're afraid of heights for a certain reason, that you feel that you have some disbalance and your foot might slip off, then mountain climbing is certainly not for you. So there are many rational fears. If you know that if you're bitten by a snake, the venom can very well kill you or at least hospitalize you, it is a rational fear. But in our lives, more than rational fears, it is the irrational fears which limit our activity, our thought process, and us being brave. And this leads to our mind not following the straight path, but going a bit askew, and that deviates us from our goals. So this, I have to tell you this, that the best advice I tell people is that challenge your fears. This is what I tell people, that put your fears to the test. See what happens if you do it. For example, if you have a fear of public speaking, speak publicly. If you have fear of speaking with people of the opposite gender or speaking to seniors at work, go ahead and put yourself in that situation and speak to people of the opposite gender. Speak to people who are more senior in your office. Deliberately make the attempt to do so. And I will tell you this, surprises are right around the corner for those who venture out and those who try. So this is the only advice that I usually tell my relatives, my friends, and my close ones, and also all of you, that if you have irrational fears, which are most of the fears, try to fight them and confront them. Try to challenge them. And believe you me, life is full of surprises. You'll be pleasantly surprised, inshallah. Have a very good evening. Love you all.
Great attempt, TM Farida ma'am, and great advices, rational and irrational fears, as well as go for face surprises. So I will go off video because I think my net is not working properly. Next is TM Varun. TM Varun.
Oh, I have not renamed myself, is it?
Yes.
It's okay. Yes, I am here.
So, TM Varun, your topic is, I think it's connect with the TM Farida ma'am's topic. This is, should we be rational or should we be emotional? Should we be rational or should we be emotional? Over to you, TM Varun.
January 5th, 2022. That was the time when I had to leave Hyderabad to travel to Spain. And just one day before, the last time I left Hyderabad, I met my love of my life. And I told her, Mi amor, I have a very important task for you. Whatever I do, whenever I say I want to come back, you will have to tell me, or you will have to make me feel that you will have to tell me, don't come back. I know you are going to miss me, but you will have to understand the importance of me not coming back and staying far from you for the next 2 years. My fellow friends, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, rational or emotional, whatever is the choice, whatever makes you work for the future and whatever makes you happy, that is the exact thing you have to do. Sometimes it can be rational, sometimes it can be emotional. For me, both of them work. Sometimes I am too emotional to think, to understand, to get a perspective of what's going on around me. And sometimes I am too rational to make things work around me. For example, a few days ago, I was about to attempt my public speaking topic, or table topic, and I was about to go rational, but suddenly something changed in me, and a glimpse of flashback I got, and I went askew. And then I started giving my speech in an emotional way. So, whatever works for you is correct method rather than going for a single take. It can be either rational or it can be either emotional. Over to you, Toastmaster Navi. Navi? Am I audible?
Maybe he's trying to fix his net. Maybe he's
Thank
trying.
you very much.
I thought I was not audible at all.
No, you were audible. Great topic. Attempt, TM Varun. Next is TM Jesse, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Naveed.
Yes, ma'am. Your topic is, coffee lover or a tea lover? Why?
Can you put it? I can't hear you, Naveed. Are you a coffee lover or a tea lover? Yes. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, whether I am a tea lover or coffee lover, we have choices. We are given choices in the food, in the drinks, beverages. I prefer a tea. I prefer a tea in the morning. Coffee I only take when I am sick with the cold or cough I take coffee. Otherwise, I prefer tea simply because the taste of tea soothes me. And there are so many flavors. You easily get it in the supermarkets. Lemon tea, jasmine tea, so many flavors. Whereas in coffee, I don't think you have to go to the Starbucks to see the coffee, but it's only the foam, and I don't like Starbucks coffee. So after the foam, the coffee is bitter. So I prefer the karak chai, the ginger tea, or the lemon tea, or any kind of tea that is that's made either in a small tea stall or anywhere. So it soothes, it refreshes you. You really feel that you had a good drink early in the morning. So it's my choice is tea is the best wherever you go. Over to you.
Great, TM Jessie ma'am. I think many of you have seen Kashmiri chai. It's a pink tea, and I
Ah,
love it because of
oh yeah, okay.
its taste.
Kashmiri tea.
Okay, so next is TM Akib.
Yes, Navid.
Yes, Akib. Your topic is why we fear death. A very serious topic, maybe. Why we fear death. Over to you, TM Akib.
Thanks, thanks Toastmaster Navi. You have given a dead topic on a dead day. Friday is always a dead day for all of us. A topic given to me is why we fear death. It's a truth that one day we have come on this earth and one day we have to depart. And the entire universe is trying to make you forget everything which is happening around you, everything which is happening in your life since day one. No one will tell you that you are going to die tomorrow. Nothing will remind you that you are going to die tomorrow. Even when this meeting ends, you will have a notification for next Sunday meeting. So they're saying that you are alive. But the truth lies, one day everyone has to leave. And you cannot stop people from leaving this world. And when this reality hits you, I mean, most of us here might have lost our dear ones, dear near ones. And it happened with me that when I was born, my grandmother and my grandfather, they were no more. So I never saw their faces. So I've already, from the beginning, I have felt that loss. So it's true that it is going to happen, and why we are fearing it, because no one is trying to remind us, and it goes in the same line of fear of failure. You feel that the day of my death is my failure, and you don't prepare always. So what happens in Islamic teaching and all, they say you work for this this world and for the outer world as well. So they try you to put into that soulful journey. They try you to prepare you for the other journey as well. It doesn't happen. We don't put much of effort there. We only talk about the recent things which is happening, but That is what truth is. And we all should remember, don't count your days. Don't say that I'm 30 years old, another 40 years I have to live. Because we have taken that average. And let me tell you, this average has been risen up over the year. Earlier, it used to be 30, 40. If you go 100 years back, the average was very low. We are looking at average. All these people are now analytics guy. So everyone is having analytics. Everyone is running the digital show. But this is what the truth is. And we should never fear it, because this is the truth which is definitely going to hit us. Better be prepared for it and enjoy the every moment. I mean, live as if there is no tomorrow. Over to you, Naveed.
Great advice. Enjoy the moment and be present. Thank you much, TM Akib. TM Adil. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. So, TM Ashayar, your topic is a job. A job doesn't define your identity. You define it. A job doesn't define your identity. You define it. Over to you.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Well, two words, define and identity. I think these two words are very specific. It is not only job. You look around, anything with which we can relate, they cannot define us. Forget about job, even our family can define us, because definition is for an object, and we are very compound beings. We are not an object. So that definition part is quite, I think, impossible to put in the phrase with job and identity. And then again, identity. Wow, this is supremely difficult. Upanishad is one of the epics of India, which says that man in his ignorance identifies himself with the material seed that encompasses his real self. So, this is very, very difficult, I should say. It is extremely difficult to define yourself. I remember one verse of Holy Quran, which says that, وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. It is really impossible to define yourself. And this was the subject of Professor Allama Iqbal. I think he investigated about the very idea of self. And despite working, I think around 40 years, he could not get to the bottom of the subject, how to define a being. We are supremely complex. On one side, we seem to be the center of this universe, which is a matter. On the other hand, we seem to be disconnected with this very nature. Seems like something that might have fallen from beyond this universe. So it is quite difficult. So I think that job is very tiny thing. Job is what you try to make money for, and job is nothing. So I would say that those two words appear in the question have made it very, very difficult for me to connect the topic at all. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you for the topic.
Great attempt, very philosophical, and you gave me a new way of thinking about this topic. Thank you, TM Ashayar. Next is TM Parga ma'am.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, your topic is what things spark your joy?
Sorry.
What things spark my joy? Over to you, TM.
Joy. Joy, according to me, is a very individualistic term. For some, just getting drenched in that rain, little droplets of water can be joy. For some, sitting in $1 million vehicle can be a joy. But what we need to understand is what's the definition of it? Is it about the inner peace? Is it about happiness? Is it about you jumping around like a 2-year-old? Or is it like you sitting on a comfortable rocking chair like a 90-year-old? What can be joy? For me, it is simple. Anything that makes me smile without a reason, where I don't need to find any reasons, is joy for me. For me, seeing my 3-year-old doing those mischiefs and then coming to me and saying, I didn't do anything, that's joy. Going for a long drive after a tiring day and just listening to old Rafi music or probably some ghazals is joy. Sometimes just getting drenched in that rain is joy. Sometimes just reading a book, having a sip of my tea on a very lazy day and not doing anything, not being a mother, not being a wife, not being a daughter-in-law, just being me is joy. All I understood was that it's all in my mind. Every single moment that I wish to make joy becomes joy for me. And at the same point of time, if I try to crib over it, I try to get irritated with it, and I would want to shout on it, that's what is taking my joy. Most of the time, till now, I was a fool, a sheer fool who kept telling everyone, you are the reason I am not joyous, you are the reason I'm not joyous. But now I understand. I was the only reason that I was not joyous about anything. Now I have started enjoying every single bit that I do and make and bring joy out of it. I'm sure till now you would also have been asking or telling other people that they have made things wrong for you. But just look back. Wasn't it you who did and no one else? And make every second of yours joyous, just like I do. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving such a nice ideas. This is the good part that we listen to people and go into different places. So next is TM Jaya. TJ ma'am.
A very good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Your topic is great stories happen to them who can tell them. Great stories happen to them who can tell them. Over to you, TM Jaya ma'am.
A very good evening to all the impromptu members and dear guests. This phrase is quite askew. But anyways, great stories happen to them who can tell them. Life is full of experience, right? Each day there's a new story, bad or good, or funny incidents that happens to you in life. These stories you can tell to your kids. All the experience, whether good or bad, or funny things that happen to you. I'll give one example. A story, of course, there are so many incidents, funny and bad. The funny part, I would say, just recently, 6 months back, last year, I went to a doctor. He was checking me. I'm wondering, he's not replying, he's not saying anything. So why all the silence? He said, then I told him, what's the matter, doctor? In between, you say, okay, I can see one kidney, I can see one heart, etc., etc. And I was like, what he's doing, what he's saying? I couldn't understand. I went back home. It was winter time, very chilly. So the next morning, early in the morning, like I told my sister, and my sister said, what did the doctor say? Well, I told my sister that, okay, he said I don't have a kidney, I don't have a heart. And my sister replied, then what next? You don't have a heart, you don't have a kidney. And I said, okay, it's too cold. She said, give your hand. I said, no, I can't find my hand. It's too cold. She said, then what next? Okay, I can't find my kidney. I can't find my heart. I can't find my hand. Next will be, I can't find my mind. I can't find my leg. And in the end, I won't find myself. And she started laughing. This is one incident. Next incident, I happened to go and pick my sister, youngest sister, in school. She was all alone with a class teacher. She was old, just like Miss Jessie, ma'am. Uh, and I was wearing a brown printed Turkish skirt from a Turkish exhibition that took place in Saudi. But this is in India. So I went and she was like, I like your skirt. Did your husband for you? I was like, uh-oh. Of course, I did not react to it. I didn't say, oh my God. No. I waited till she ended. And I said, oh, my father got it for me in the exhibition. And she was so embarrassed and she said, I'm so sorry. Bad experience, well, other experience I would like to share is I had mentioned before um, on this platform. I had gone into a depression and I'm walking on the footpath of my town in India. And it's a suburb where you have, Pani Puri and Bhel Puris, very famous over there. And there was 2, 3 underprivileged children. One boy, he comes to me. I said, auntie, sister, please buy for me Bhel. I was like, should I buy? So okay, I bought. And next moment, other children came running to him and he didn't want it to share. I said, I'm going to take that bell puri away from you if you don't share it. So you need to have such stories, bad or good, funny incidents to happen to you and tell to the world when time comes. Of course, there are more stories that I would like to tell you. My grandfather, there was an earthquake. I told my everybody ran down the building, and my grandfather couldn't understand what was happening. I told my grandfather, come down along with us. What? He couldn't understand. He said, what is happening? He said in our own mother tongue. Hmm, that's what. This is the story that happened, and we can tell them to all of you. Over to you.
Very great attempt, TM Jaya ma'am. I was walking through whole the story you were telling, and I was seeing from in my mind, and yes, enjoyed your story. So next is TM Dulan. Hello, TM Dulan.
Hello.
Okay, so your topic is how do you advise someone to be empathetic?
How do you?
Let me put in the chat. How do you advise someone to be empathetic? Over to you, TM Dulan.
Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters. How do we advise someone to be empathetic? First of all, we should define what is empathetic. Actually, there's a standard meaning, but the level of empathy we have in ourselves depend on each other. Sometimes one person will be thinking that his standard empathy is this much. The other one not be such. He might be some little more rational. So like that, there's a huge difference. But if you need to advise to someone about empathy, that person should actually have a great level of empathy. I don't know compared to others how much empathy I have, but when we advise someone about how to be empathetic, we should tell him how to understand other people. We should understand other people and the problems which are causing them. Then we should be able to get the feeling that how the other persons get. Then only we can get the real feeling of how he may feel. That's the way. That's the way of learning how to be empathetic. So, as to advise them, the advisor first should have the empathy towards others in the most of the time. Not only how to understand, we should actually care about others. We should think what may happen to them, not only for them, but also for us also. And we should actually think others, and something happened to them as the same thing happened to us. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Great attempt, TM Dulan. Thank you so much. Next is TM Puneet.
Hi, Toastmaster Navi. One second. Am I audible and visible?
Yes. Oh, TM Puneet, how are you?
Excellent. What about you?
Long time.
I was very, very long time. It's been more than 10 months, I guess.
Okay, so your topic is, will it matter in the end if I lose and someone else gets success? Will it matter in the end if I lose and someone else gets success? Over to you, TM Puneet.
It does matter. I will be very disappointed with myself that I was not able to win and I saw others winning. Although there is a clever catch to it as well. If I genuinely feel that the other person has worked for it, then as a competitor, I should be happy that this guy deserved it. But you know what? Does it really happen in the real world? Does it really happen in our own Toastmasters contest? When sometimes you feel maybe I deserve this prize, but then you're some of the most popular person gets the trophy. It happens with many of us. In fact, I have been on both the sides. In fact, somewhere I felt that I've also been on the winning side, and there were occasions where I felt I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have won that place. There should have been someone else who deserved it. But I was lucky to get that just out of there are certain biases which can help you out. So it does matter after putting blood, sweat, and tears. And if you're not able to get that precious business deal or that precious job, friends, it does hurt. It does hurt when you're not able to get what you want. But if the other person has genuinely worked for it, then I think we should be happy to let that other person has that success. So again, life is in fact, there are multiple ways to look at life. One is zero sum game, one is positive sum game. Zero sum game is where you have this competition, wherein one person wins, the other person has to lose. It happens in politics, it happens in many aspects of our life, and they are necessary evil in our day-to-day affairs. You do need people who are at the position. But if you want to live your life peacefully, my friends, it's better to follow a positive sum game wherein all of us benefit each other. There's no point competing with each other. The best way you can do is collaborate and operate. But I think the world hasn't learned this lesson yet, and you are seeing the consequences of it. So to summarize, I'll be really disappointed if I'm not able to win. But if the other person has worked for it and has honestly done well, the other person deserves it. But more importantly, I think we can collaborate and operate. I think that's the way we can go forward. Thank you so much, Naveen, for giving me a very spectacular topic. Back to you.
Well, collaboration is a nice idea, but I think it will work or not. Well, next is TM Sam. TM Sam. The one with SAM. Sam.
Yeah, Toastmaster Navi.
Yes. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. What about you?
Great. So your topic is, let me find. It's a big statement. Your topic is, if you truly appreciate the nature, it will gift you a gratitude mindset, and nothing is better than this. What do you say, TM?
If you truly appreciate the nature, it will give you a gratitude mindset. Nothing is better than this. Well, I totally agree to this statement because 2 years ago, I got a place to stay in my company's township, and I'm very lucky that uh, earlier I used to stay in city where there were no I had never been into a kind of place where there are so many trees and so close to nature. Currently where I'm staying, it's full of nature, it's full of so many trees and plants, and I'm lucky enough to get a beautiful garden. So in the last 2 years, I started learning about different plants and vegetations, and there are peacocks, there are parrots, and there are so many birds that come to my backyard. So I had been grateful since the last 2 years, and the world has completely changed for me. Every noon after my lunch, I have this habit of going to my backyard and offer the foods for the birds, and this gives me so much peace. This gives me so much happiness, and it makes my day. So this is something which nature gives you. It teaches you to appreciate the things that you have. Uh, and it is rightly said that we all human beings have evolved looking through nature, going through nature. So it teaches you everything, and I'm still learning, but obviously it has taught me the most important thing, and that is gratitude. And I totally agree to this statement. Definitely. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Navid.
Great attempt, TM Sam. Next, TM Santosh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes. So your topic is, it's a surprise topic. The topic is this.
I think reverse. I don't think I agree and also don't agree. And the people who are already in the room, those who are married, they will not agree with this topic. And the people who are not married, they will agree with this topic. So it is like this. Anyway, see, there are some biological needs we have, and there are some social needs we have. And for that, this system has been developed by the society, and we are all following it mindlessly. We never think about it. We are not staying in Western world where we think, in this case, out of box. We are not thinking out of box. We are thinking just as society moves. So anyway, but if you ask me, for me, I am always busy with my work and my personal life. Personal life means very personal life, apart from the family. So really, I give little time for the family and my son as well. But I would say in those people, there has to be balance. If you are too much, if you don't give the space to your partners, and if you just take all the time connected with, sometimes you are going to get bored. So I think is that there is a balance you require to really justify this statement. So there is a life. There is a life of life for everyone. I don't agree with this topic 100%, but life can be life is different for all different kind of people. So for me, I can say I will little bit agree with this topic, not much. Thank you very much, and back to you.
Purely democratic answer. These are diplomatic answers, Navid here. You understand? I think he's scared of recordings and all.
I think, well, I didn't hear the whole topic because my net went off, and it was like I gave you topic and went away.
He spoke very diplomatic way so that no one catches this tomorrow. I think he's scared of the YouTube video which comes after that.
No, there are people can hear in home.
So this is a real threat.
Yes.
we can experience. Well, next is, I think, Jacqueline. TM Jacqueline. Hello, TM Jacqueline.
Are you?
Knock, 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 TM Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, we are waiting for you.
Okay, so we can call the next participant TM Omar Malik. Omar Malik.
Yes.
So, your topic is the best things in life are not things, but moments. I have put in the state as well. The best things in life are not things, but moments. Over to you, TM Omar.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum and good evening. You know, there is always a question, which came first? Is it an egg or the hen? And now the second question is, it's not the things, it's the moment. What makes those moments possible? Is the things and the people around them. We are attached to people because of different memories which we have of them, different things which we have done with them or to them, or in short, it could be the amazing journey which we have lived with them. You might say that the Superman, his favorite thing is the red underwear. Come on, it is not necessary. The thing is, his memory could be to save the life of the people. At times, it's not the things. At times, it's not about the memories. At times, it's just about where you are right now, what you are doing it. That's what matters the most. For me, I would say that memories, they only come when the things are attached to it. Because it's the people who make the memories. It's the things who make the memories. Memories, they don't create neither the people nor the things around you. I could have a memory of this probably in a couple of years about this global impromptu speaking. It could be a memory of things, of people, like Toastmaster Navi. But it could be the moment, probably not. I would leave it with saying that make your life something which the people could remember. People could remember you, your memory, your legacy, your good thing which you have done, not the moments, because the moments could be bad as well. Mr. Table Topic Master.
Great attempt, TM Omar. I think I can summarize it like be where your feet are. I heard this statement. Well, next is TM Nikita. I will call to TM Omar sir after this. TM Nikita Mehta.
Hi everyone. I never thought that I will get a chance so quickly.
Oh. Well, your topic is this statement I wrote on the Facebook after I got COVID. Eat your food as your medicine. Otherwise, you have to eat medicine as your food. Eat your food as medicine. Otherwise, you have to eat medicine as a food. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Navi, for such a wonderful topic. And this topic is really close to my heart because I am a kind of a fitness freak. I am a chartered accountant by profession, but just before COVID, 1.5 years back, I was 75 kg and I lose around maybe 15 kg and it's been now 60 kg my weight. So I'm quite proud of myself for losing this. The best thing which I have learned in this time is all your health. that is a very powerful quote which we say health is wealth, and that's absolutely true. So this quote, this line actually defines that eat your food as a medicine, that either eat correct food or either eat medicine. So instead of taking medicines, it's better to have good quantity of food, good quality of food, that matters. I'm not saying that don't eat junk food, but eat in quantity. Don't eat too much. So that really matters a lot at this time. And also, I just wanted to add over here that it's better to make a proper schedule. I know I can see so many messages pumping up for food. So that's from my side. Thank you. Yeah, I know chartered accountants do it. In fact, they eat a lot.
They eat after audit, and they do audit and then they eat.
Absolutely.
When balance sheet matches, they eat.
Next is our really own TM Omar sir.
Okay. You have a question for me?
Let me find some.
I am an auditor, so now it's audit time. Huh?
Let me find some GRE vocabulary type questions.
Very yeah. Navi, don't take revenge.
Navi, कुछ अच्छा ढूंढो है हमारी. Bro, he keeps pulling our leg. Now we have to do it.
अरे गिर के बदला ले रहे.
Don't topically.
I think I should have given you no life without wife. But it's already taken. It's already taken. Your topic is, it's easy one. If you can't see too far, take the one step at a time. That's all you can do right now.
You can take a plane also, you can train, or you can take a bus. Why take just steps? Toastmaster Navi, it's the power of persistence and taking one step at a time. Sometimes in life, thing in a rush, we want to have that instant gratification, hurry, but we don't be patient with the things. See, right things will come at right time. So you have to be patient sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait for the things that are truly for you, meant for you to happen. Because in the hindsight, okay, this thing is good for me, but there may be a better thing happening for you also. So don't rush, take one step at a time, go with your own flow. Don't try to compare, okay, what Pragya is doing, what Puneet is doing, okay, I want to match like that. No, just be in your own self. Be patient, be calm. See, nowadays it's like a rat race. Everybody's running around a lot of things. Okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want this thing and that thing. At the end of the day, what is most important in your life? You have to figure out. And that most important thing is your inner peace, whether those things are giving you peace, calmness or not. If you will rush, you may end up getting things that you never expected to get. Okay, you wanted something best, but you are self-good. Do you want to do that? No. Just be hopeful, be positive about it. Not COVID positive, but be positive. And I'm sure you'll reach your destination and your goals. Over to you, Toastmaster Navi.
What if this is another question? What if I'm finding the mental peace, and what would be the first step? I am confused.
See, first step for getting the mental peace is to accept yourself and your goodness. Don't compare yourself to others. Simple.
Yes. Thank you.
Umar's table topics has changed after getting married. Initially, he was like rush. Now he's like be calm, be at peace.
Clarity. He has got the ultimate clarity in life.
See, it's all about the topic. What topic?
Umarji, is it why you have a mask hanging on your bed?
See, I see all the time moon. Not what is that? See,
Well, next is Jacqueline again. Arun is done. Varun is done. Arun is not done.
Yes.
Yes, TM Arun, sir. Your topic is it's I think philosophical one type. We share the light with each other. We share the light with each other, isn't it? Over to you, TM Arun.
All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. A nice topic. We all light the lamp. I'm sure it's not something new for you. We do it in the evenings. And just that one small matchstick, it can remove the entire darkness out of that room. It's such a what you call a beautiful thing. Just one spark or just one small fire that's just little, and then you find that it brings in so much of knowledge into someone's life. I feel that that's what we also do in Toastmasters. That's what we do in life generally. Even this particular meeting where we have these table topics, that's all we are just doing that. We just share a small thought, a small word, or a small proverb, or a small phrase, and then it changes someone's entire mindset, and he becomes totally transformed. So when you go about helping people, when you go about serving others, you are also, raised, you are also transformed, you are also changed, and you are also growing, and it's something what we call the exact effect. I'm not getting that name. I think that it's just that you keep touching someone's lives and make it better. Back to you, Naveed.
Exactly, nice points, TM Arun sir. Next is our very own sir, TM Amjad Ali sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, well, your topic is what best advice you got from your mentor on how to deal with impromptu topics. I saved this topic for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Topics Master. What best advice I got from my mentor on how to deal with impromptu topic. The best advice from my mentor, my parents, my teachers I got is mind your own business. Because you came alone, you are going to go alone. Whatever is happening in between, it has to be controlled by you. It has to be controlled by you. It has to be taken care by you. If you don't do that, somebody will take advantage of it. So mind your business. If you do good, people will feel jealous. If you do bad, people will feel happy. Take the ownership of your failures. Take the ownership of your success too. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take it, nobody will take it. It's going to go into vain. I believe after learning this advice from my mentors, I understood life as well. Because life is also impromptu, isn't it? Do you know what will happen after this session? Do you know what will happen tomorrow? Nobody knows. Life is all about impromptu happenings. So this is why I love this platform. I love to listen to you all because you have no idea whether our impromptu topics master will come in the meeting or not, who will be the topics master, and what topics he's going to take or take on board or give it to us, and what are we going to speak on it, what is our take, whether we are going to understand it or not. So this is exactly our life miniature, is this impromptu session, ladies and gentlemen. So my lesson I got from my mentors was, mind your business. You have to take ownership of everything you do in your life, but nobody cares. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm also preparing for every single thing through this platform. And I love to speak unprepared. This is my passion. And I would love to be known as one of the best, not the best, one of the best impromptu speaker. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Great attempt, sir. Initially, I was thinking that how to own my business in my impromptu topics, but then you connected to the real life. So I think I'm done today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Navi. Who would like to give a topic to Toastmaster Navi, which is the final topic?
Naveed, you want a topic from me? Or...
All right.
Yes, sir, please.
Naveed, your topic is very simple. Why do you matter?
Sir. Okay.
Naveed, your topic is why do you matter? Naveed.
Why do I matter? Thank you so much, TM Omar, sir. Why do I matter? Because you gave me the topic, I matter now. You have to listen. I am here in this life. This is the one clear evidence that I matter. I am living my life. I am son of my parents. I am brother of my siblings. I am working somewhere. It's the clear evidence that I matter. I am part of this impromptu speaking club. It's a clear evidence that I matter. I ask questions in this impromptu club, and some people went in their previous lives and gave really interesting insights about their lives. And it was because I matter. I matter because I have my past experiences and I'm using it in a better way, because I made mistakes in my past and I am making myself balanced to deal with my upcoming and upcoming situations in order to deal with my right now, with my better self right now, in order to deal with these uncertainties. I was thinking that how I wrote on the Google, I write many questions on Google and I get some ideas. The ideas Google gave initially, they are very short. It gave that how, and I asked the question that how to deal with the uncertainties. They said that take one step, and whatever you are feeling right now, it is actually my insights. So what I got, that take one step, and whatever you have experienced, do from your experiences and act upon it. So I matter. What do you, TM?
If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Mind over matter. So good attempt. It was an interesting topic, but you did well. So over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Amjad.
Amjad, you are on mute.
He's talking to somebody else, I believe.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. Let's put our hands together to thank our own Toastmaster Naveed Siddiqui for conducting today's session. Again, Naveed, appreciated your topics. With that, power vested in me as a host of this very meeting. I adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much.